Yeah. Hello. Volume's good. Sweet. Well, thanks for joining to the 4th stream of the summer. I'm back in Austin for a few days until I go teach marching band. So I thought I'd do a quick stream. Gotta keep the stream going. Today I'm going to be practicing some vignette number 20 by Remy LeBouf, Etude I'm doing to prepare for grad school auditions. And then I'll probably do a little bit of the Larson Concerto, which I did 2 weeks ago. And I've been practicing as well for grad school auditions. If you're tuning in after the fact, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, leave those in the chat as usual, or in the comments down below if you're watching after the fact. Dean says, I took your advice from the first stream and switched to the S9180 from the concept. It's much better, especially in the altissimo. Well, I don't remember saying that, but I'm glad it worked. Oh yeah, the Klangbogen. I'm not sure any of it actually works, but I have it on there. We'll have to see if anyone tries to tune into the stream behind us. I'm just in a practice room, so this is pretty raw. Okay, I'm going to practice a little bit. Leave your questions down below. Again, I really appreciate everyone tuning in another week. It's awesome to see you guys here. King EJ says, do you prefer the signature or French cut? I'm kind of in between. So right now, this is a French cut, I believe, but I go back and forth. It really just depends on the reed. The Ligures are so inconsistent with how strong they are and resistant they are, so whatever is more resistant, and that's going to depend on the mouthpiece. When I was playing concept, I preferred the signatures. Now that I'm on the 180, I think I prefer the French cuts, but again, it just depends on the French cut. Some of the French cuts are pretty thin, not resistant enough. What do we all think, for all the Texas people here, what do we think about the All-State Etudes that got released? What was it, 36, 22, and what, 17, I think? I thought they're great picks. Dr. Eason picked those out down at SFA. I thought they're really good picks. Whoops, wrong button. Connor says, what should I post for my 100 days of practice? Come join the stream, Connor. That can be your 100 days of practice. Come join the stream. If you're here, come join. Tried a French cut 3 and it was way too soft and I had a 375. Yeah, I play 4s on both of them. 4s for signature and French cut. Yeah, I've had 36 back when I was in high school. I can't play it, but... something like that. The Etudes are so much easier than last year. Interesting. I really like them. 22 hardest one. That's the lyrical Etude, I believe. Lyrical Etude is 22. You said that's the hardest one, Mike's Left Edge? Kind of just depends. Depends where you're coming from. All those ornaments are going to be tricky to figure out. So this weekend, a video will be coming your way talking about the Etudes and where to start. My little tiny bits of advice, more of just an overview of the Etudes so that you know how to get started on the right foot. .27 is the lyrical. So 22 is the one in A major. obviously 22 even numbers are yeah, articulation one. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Again, if you're watching this after the fact, leave any questions you have down below in the comments. Connor's here. Connor, join the stream.
What's up, y'all?
Dude, say hello to the stream.
Hi, everyone.
Connor O'Toole. He's famous.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he is.
That's a lie.
What are you doing here?
What do you think? I gotta do my 100 days of practice.
Oh. Man, you look tan from the beach, man.
Yeah, man. I was surfing and yeah, I got some sun. So, all right, man.
I'll see you around.
later. Yeah.
Connor O'Toole, everyone, of the Z Quartet. Legend. What a nice surprise we had on the stream tonight. Connor O'Toole. If you don't know Connor O'Toole, you can check him out. I'm sure he's recordings on his YouTube profile. He's in the chat, Connor O'Toole. He's got to do his 100 days of practice. Go check him out. He's a UT alum, Michigan alum, and Conservatory of Manchester alum. So, legend. Cool. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to get to practicing some vignette number 20. I do need a metronome for this. That's so funny. I told him to tune in and he appeared behind me. I saw him in the camera here. Man, we're gonna have to clip that up for the Instagram reels afterwards, because what a highlight. Sweet. That's the first half of vignette number 20 by Remy LeBouf. He has these short little vignettes. This is one of the few lyrical ones. They're all very challenging. This one features a ton of scoops. A lot of it I'm using voicing, so the back of my tongue. What are your opinions on the SADC Star? I don't think a lot of people are playing it that much anymore. I've never actually played one, so I can't really give you my professional opinion. But I don't think a lot of people are playing them anymore. Definitely an older mouthpiece. I think it's probably a good mouthpiece to start on. A lot of people play it for Barry. I will say that. A lot of people play it for Barry. If you want a lot of power, people play it for Barry. I know David Bennett does. Bonson Lee of the Kodachrome Quartet. Inbo Shim, my Barry player of 416, plays it on Barry. Alto, like I said, a little bit of an older mouthpiece. I'm guessing you know a lot about other colleges and their professors. How much do you know about Midwest schools? I mean, I know a good bit. I'm actually doing this project where I've started this saxophone family tree, this massive web of professors who they studied with, our saxophone lineage of the classical saxophone variant. So I'll be releasing a video about that, and you can actually contribute to that project that I've been working on yourself. So that video will come out much later, but colleges in the Midwest, I mean, you've got UMKC, Professor Sheeman's there, fantastic. You've got Illinois with Dr. Roman, who's been there recently appointed in the last year, fantastic. You've got Tamer Sullivan, Professor Sullivan at Northwestern, fantastic school. You've got Kenneth Che, Dr. Che at Iowa. Great school. My professor, Dr. Page, studied with him for his doctorate. Where else in the Midwest? We got Indiana with Dr. Murphy. Lots of schools in the Midwest. Great saxophone schools. I'm sure there's a lot that I forgot to say, but yeah, man, the sound really does dampen in here because we're in this room. I did not think about that. What's everyone been practicing this week? Have you ever tried to play E with 1, 2, 3, C3 plus G sharp key for tuning? Perhaps could run good in this piece. C3. Yeah, you really need that G sharp for... Do we count Michigan in the Midwest? I don't know. I'm from the South, so I don't know what counts for the Midwest. But if we do count Michigan in the Midwest, then yeah, you've got Professor Luloff at Michigan State and Dr. Timothy McAllister at University of Michigan. Seeing people play the Etudes at full tempo already is wild. Yeah, if you saw my story post on Instagram today, not too happy with seeing people do that. It's not very smart, just because you're going to increase a bunch of bad habits. I've yet to see someone play it perfectly at full tempo. Thanks, Connor. Big Michigan guy. I've yet to see someone play it very well at full tempo, so you're just creating a bunch of bad habits. And yeah, you're just, I don't know, it just seems like people are trying to show off on Instagram, which, I mean, if that's what makes you feel better about yourself, then go for it. But I'd prefer to play it slowly and then do well at the audition in November. You have so much time, so it's important to just stick it out and play slow. You know, you've got so much time. It's hard to not speed them up. Yeah, I mean, that's a struggle. When I made All-State, I really struggled by not speeding it up. My rule is if you can't play your scales and arpeggios, the rule is, for me was, I can't play the Etude any faster than I can play my technique, so my scales and arpeggios. So you got to speed those up before you can speed up the Etude. And again, playing it at full tempo for 3 or 4 months is not very smart. Play it at half tempo. I played it at half tempo until about a month before my audition, and then I started speeding it up from there. And the habits that I built from playing it so slowly and good hand position, again, I haven't seen anyone with like flawless hand position, not flying off the keys or flat fingers, stuff like that. So all stuff to work on, even though you're playing it slow. And if you can't play the dynamics and your phrasing the way you want at a slow tempo, then you're not going to be able to at a fast tempo. So all things to think about. Oh, Luigi, that fingering is awesome. I don't think I've ever thought of that. 1, 2, 3, C3 for E, and then I just lift 3 for F, and this works great. It's almost like you've got this piece in front of you. Again, thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. We're just practicing and chatting. If you want to get your saxophone out and practice with me, go for it. Leave any questions you have in the chat. If you're watching this after the fact, leave a like, subscribe. If you're watching this now, leave a like. Check out the video's description. Lots of cool stuff down there. And yeah, just working on vignette number 20. Luigi just gave me a cool fingering for E. 1, 2, 3, C3. I will mention, you do need G sharp for this fingering, or else it is really flat. biggest thing in this piece is these pitch bends. From one note, the glisses from one note to the other. And the biggest thing is, especially when I'm glissing from lower note to a higher note, so the interval goes up, maybe from G to A, I need to make sure on the G I don't scoop down and then go up. I need to start at G and then just go up. So a lot of that is voicing with the back of your tongue. What's up, Ben? If you missed it, scrub back. Connor joined for just a half a second. Microsoft Edge says, people tend to play fast etudes faster than full tempo when region area time comes around. How do you determine how far past tempo to take it while still sounding good? I'd say don't ever go past for full tempo. It's called full tempo for a reason. Dr. Eason on the TMEA website gave you the lowest tempo you should go and the fastest tempo you should go. So stay within that range. The people going faster should, in my opinion, not be rewarded for going faster, because that's not what the piece of music wants, you know? You have to listen to who wrote it, and they wanted a certain tempo, so don't go past it. It's also probably not going to be as clean when you play super fast. What's everyone else practicing this week? I see we've got about 10 people in here right now. What's everyone playing? I can't believe I'm allowed to stream on UT Wi-Fi. I did not think that I would be allowed to do that. Is everyone practicing the etudes? I don't know. Like I said, I'll have a video coming out this weekend, hopefully on Saturday, about that. I remember last year some guy in my region room went 160 for absolutely zero reason. It was so dirty. Yeah. Again, it's not clean if you go super fast. Chirping a little bit. Ben is practicing Etude 36 for the UT TMEA project. Awesome. Yeah, I love this vignette. I'm so glad that I found this. I thought about doing vignettes, and I was like, all of them are technical, especially if I'm doing a liqueur. I didn't want to do a technical one, but this one's super good. Microsoft Edge says Etude's E-Bear Movement 1 and Albright Movement 4. Bear Movement 1 and Albright Movement 4. Awesome. That's some hard stuff right there. Focusing on 22 and 27. Yeah. For the slow one, don't think you shouldn't use a metronome, because lots of people are playing wrong rhythms. What's everyone else up to? I know I didn't advertise this stream very well, but cool. E-Bear Movement 1 and TMEA Etudes. Lots of people playing E-Bear Movement 1. Tough movement. Luigi says, I love the color of your sound on your D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On Custom EX, it's an unlucky note. Sometimes I add the C1 key to change timbre a little bit. Yeah, because that vents it, that actually vents it correctly. This is where the octave vent should be. Whoa, Ben, I don't know what you're talking about. I only win. Let's practice some Larson. Yeah? I'm not in love with this fingering. One of the hardest pieces I ever played, I mean, I think it's all about context. Some of the pieces that I've recently played maybe have been super hard for me years ago, but I've gotten better. So, Albright Movement 1 is pretty tough, some of those rhythms. Honestly, probably quartet music is probably some of the hardest music that I've had to play. Like, what's a quartet piece that was just absolutely insane? Gotkovsky, last movement was insane. Excuse me. I think Bolcom Concert Suite is the hardest piece I've had to play. And I say, I had to play it. I chose to play Concert Suite. Yeah, I did all 4 movements of Concert Suite by William Bolcom. That piece whooped me into shape. Yeah, Desinclo won. Screw that piece. Never want to play that again. Hey Connor, still around? Get me that watch time? Thanks, man. It's really just my friends here. I stream just for the people that are here. Man. Luigi's here. For the most difficult piece was the Maslanka Sonata 1 and 3. Yeah. Ben played that piece, like he said. He played Maslanka Sonata sophomore year. That piece was tough. That piano part's hard. Dong gong, dong dong. Some of that's really tough. Albright 1 and 4 have been cooking me. Yeah, Albright's super hard. I didn't even play... I think I played movements 1 and whichever the slow one is. I'm surprised I can even sing that. Ben, you should be proud of me. Which movement is that? Someone name it. Microsoft Edge. Which movement is the slow one? I'm playing it in the wrong key, I'm sure. Movement 2. Connor, is that the right note? D to A? I doubt it. Definitely not. Definitely not the right key. Yeah, Ben, it's very difficult to maintain quality in every register and tuning from low to flat to high D. Very, very difficult. Yeah. Definitely the hardest music, though, I've played is quartet music, for sure. D sharp to A. I'm down a key. Hi, Dr. Page. That's so funny. He's watching me transcribe Maslanka 2. I'm always down a half step, my ears. So you do TA. Dr. Page, what's the hardest piece you've ever played? Quartet music and solo rep. Pick one of each. Hardest piece you've ever had to play. Interesting. I need to listen to that piece. These licks are getting more and more comfortable. That's funny. I was thinking about triathlon as well. I'm surprised you forgot about it. It took up so much time. Top 5. Woo! That's crazy. C4 on that. Yeah, for the first ones I am. You taught me those in my lessons when I did this piece. So the next one, I'm not sure I like it. I think I like front more. Even though I have to go B to E. I have tried C4. I find that I get the voicing right when I do front E, which is mainly probably just a lack in my voicing. But exactly. If it works, it works. Yeah, C4. This was the piece that you introduced this to me. C4 for E. Never knew it existed. I don't know if you were here but a minute ago, but Luigi was showing me E fingering 1, 2, 3, G sharp, C3. And it was working to go for the vignette gliss between E to F. I've never used that fingering for E. 1, 2, 3, G sharp, C3. No need to practice any of that hot stuff. This lick is tricky. Thanks for tuning in, Dr. Page. I will see you sometime soon. Hope you're having a good summer. Thanks for tuning in. I feel so rusty practicing right now. I've been on vacation for about a week. Went down to the beach. I don't know if you can see I got a little bit of a tan going on, but I feel very rusty. Definitely need to hit the shed with the scales and whatnot. Plans after undergrad: go to grad school or win a military band job. Right now there's no positions open, but when positions do open up, I will be taking those military band auditions in the premier bands. But other than that, I will be applying for grad school. So I have to start recording for pre-screens this fall, and then auditions in the spring. It'll be a whole process. Hopefully we'll be documenting it so I can share with you all. Cool. Got a little bit more time for the stream. Again, if you haven't left a like on the stream, go ahead and do that. Help support the channel. Like I said, video this weekend talking about the TMEA Etude. Excited for those. Dr. Eason picked some great ones. If you haven't started practicing those, don't worry, you have plenty of time. If you have started practicing them, go slow. No point in playing them fast right now. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you don't do already. I'm going to practice for a little longer. Leave me any questions down in the comments if you have any. Down in the chat, sorry. Comments or chat, whatever. sing. It goes something like that. God of Warfare says, tips for Altissimo. It depends on where you're at. If you feel pretty good about Altissimo, work on tuning, because I'm sure it's not there. What else? If you haven't gotten Altissimo, it'll take time. I think you need to understand how Altissimo works. Less air. You need less air for the reed to be able to vibrate at the small frequencies that it does. Think about where the tip of the tongue is and where the back of the tongue is. Back of the tongue first. Think about that if you haven't already. Get that back of the tongue high. Think like key. Think of that syllable, key. And then think about where the tip of the tongue is. Maybe you need to bring it closer to the tip of the reed. It's all different spaces to start mentally thinking about. And if you're struggling with G is pretty hard. Maybe try different fingering. Find a different fingering for G. Maybe you need to work from the top down. So maybe go to D. Just put down X key and see what happens. And then maybe you can work yourself down. It might not always happen to where you go from F sharp to G and start working your way up. I know a lot of my friends could not get G for the longest time. And then they worked their way from the top down. Cool. Well, I hope everyone is having a nice Wednesday, or if it's not Wednesday for you. Any tips for the first part of the finale from Des and Chloe? I'm struggling so bad. Oh, let me think. First, I gotta go find it. Solos, search, Des and Chloe. First part of the finale. Go slow. Interesting. I know some people have used different fingerings for the 12/8 part. I haven't played this piece in a long time, and I wasn't very good when I did play it. But any tips? I mean, if you're struggling with rhythm, slow it down and know that where every eighth note lands. If you're struggling with technique, think about what fingerings you're using. Different A sharp fingerings, maybe. Maybe use short tube for these 12/8 measures. Maybe C4 or short D sharp. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I haven't played this piece in a long time. It's tough, so it's gonna take time. If you have any more like specific questions, leave a comment down below or contact me. My email is in the channel page if you need that. I would love to help any specifics. You can also, if anyone's looking for virtual lessons, I teach virtual lessons. We can do weekly, bi-weekly. I'm pretty flexible with time, so just let me know. Luigi earlier said, I often use, especially when I have octave passage B, to play middle B 1-3 TA. Because often the high B is high and the middle... Yeah, exactly. I'm mainly struggling with articulation. It's very common to focus mostly on articulation where I'm from, so that's great. Good. Well, it seems like you're working on the right things then. Articulation's tough, aligning some of this stuff. Try slurring it all, try tonguing it all, try different things, and then adding in the correct articulations. That can help. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream tonight. I am probably going to end it there. If anyone has any last minute questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. I will answer those right now, and then I'm gonna peace out because I'm tired. So I'm gonna pack up. Let me know if you have any more questions. Hopefully the stream was as good as the last 3 weeks. If you haven't gone and watched those streams, those VODs are posted on my channel page, so go visit the channel page, look at those videos. I'd love for you to watch them. Help support the channel. Connor says I'm Connor. Yep, we know. You're special, Connor. I've got to go home and cook dinner. I have a last one. Favorite classical piece that isn't mainstream, like Crescent or Glasnost? Classical piece. So are you talking standard? If you're talking standard, I love the Larsen Concerto. Connor's back. Do you want to answer this question?
What am I answering?
Asks favorite classical piece that isn't mainstream, like Crescent or Glasnost. Not mainstream, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say I love I don't know. Would like Barrio 7 count as mainstream, or is that too?
No, that's not mainstream.
Okay. I think it's pretty mainstream, but
okay.
I don't know. I think I have a different definition of mainstream.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would say Barrio 7. What?
And then someone says, oh, practicing Fairlink 36. Okay. You know that one?
Yeah.
When I'm practicing Fairlink 36, should I leave in the grace notes right now or wait till later?
I would wait till later. The grace notes can always be added in later, but you've got to make sure that your fingers are moving in the right rhythm initially, because grace notes are not part of the rhythm that's written there. They're sort of extra things on top of the rhythm already. So
yeah. Luigi wants to know if that's a Supreme.
It is definitely not a Supreme.
It's like the oldest Series 2 you can find.
It's not the oldest Series 2 you can find. It was like I got the Series 2 right before they announced the Supreme, so I'm very mad about it. But
yeah, don't put the grace notes in yet.
Yes.
Especially the second, or when there's the B flat grace note in the middle of it, G, B flat, A flat. That one gets a little weird. So leave it out for now. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm glad Connor got to join in. I will see you next week.